Hello, people. Welcome to another amazing episode of the Film Nub Podcast. My name is Ozyjeph, and today we want to talk about film production. What does it take to produce a film in the Nigerian film industry? What are the challenges you have to go through, you have to look out for? What are the good, bad, ugly situations that you have to look out for? And you know, the thing is, whenever we talk about film production, we always talk about finances. But then today we will realize, right, that it doesn't just take having money to produce a film in this country. Not just in this country, really, but everywhere. It just doesn't take money alone to produce a film. What are other things that you need to look out for as a film producer or intending producer, right? So on set with me today is a Nigerian film producer, right? He's also an actor, he's an entrepreneur, and he's also a data scientist. Today we want to see how filmmaking marries data science. Anyway, all right. So welcome everyone with me, Sonia Okonkwo, as we go deeper into this conversation. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're an actor, you're a filmmaker, you're a film producer, right? Because everybody's a filmmaker as long as you're in this industry, right? So, but then you're a filmmaker and an actor, you're a producer. So how do you marry both? Where does the balance come, first of all? Yes.
No, of course. Look, so not you didn't even. I'm a data scientist.
We're going to come to that.
Yeah.
We're going to come to that because I want to see how you manage filmmaking. Okay, how you manage acting, producing, and then I know also that your data science side of you is also very active.
Yes.
So we are going to come to that. Let's start from acting and producing first.
Yeah. So for me, acting is been there for a long time. I have started since way back, right?
Okay.
So for me, back in school, acting was something I tapped into so that I can understand film, right?
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that I use acting as a medium of getting into the industry, understanding the industry, making sure that I understand the business around it, beyond passion, beyond the love, the glamour, all that. So with acting, I was able to understand how a filmmaker or a producer produces a film, and how the other crew guys also their functions, how they are done, how budgeting is done, how all that is. So I had a practical understanding. I wasn't an actor that you see everywhere. I was the kind of actor where I come to act your set. I make sure I don't just sit hands up and be looking. Oh, okay, give me the script. Let me read and go. And I don't go.
You're not the glam actor.
I try to see how I could ask questions. What's happening? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Even going to the camera behind the scenes to see what is happening and how the director tries to come up with conceptualize a particular scene and all that. So those are the things I do. And also for acting, for me, it's like passion.
Okay.
I'm very passionate about acting. But I wasn't looking at the business side now. I'm looking at
that's when you started, right?
When I started, Okay. But when I now understood that practical end, I had to move from that space, right? Even though I still love what I'm doing, move from that space to producing, right? And producing, I had to go to school for it. Because I've also seen, I had the practical understanding, but I had to go and understand it, how it should be.
How it should be done.
Right?
Yeah,
it should
I get
be done internationally, right? So I went to London Film Academy, studied filmmaking and production management, but majored in film producing, right?
Yeah.
So, and why I did that was because I needed to get there. That was even when I realized that the way we produce here is quite different from how we produce out there.
Wow.
So, but I also try to relate to how we produce here. There are a lot of constraints here for us. So what we do is to improvise. We try to do if you're a standard producer, you're meant to have all kinds of producers. The main producer, the co-producer, the line producers. They are all these producers that are there and they have different functions. But here, we have just one. You are wearing all the caps.
One person.
And you are doing the line, the co, everything in producer.
Sometimes the executive producer.
Of course, even with the executive producer, you do all. So, and it alters the meaning of that. So if you go to film school, you will see the difference. Oh, there's a function that the executive producer is supposed to be doing, and there's something the main producer is supposed to do. Something the line producer is supposed to do, something the co-producer is supposed to do. So there are a lot of this
So now that for instance, you went to school, so you saw how it should be, and then you're practicing here. So do you sometimes feel like the quality of the job we release is not as standard? Because if you, for instance, produce outside of here and every of these departments that you mentioned are functional, do you think it will, improve the quality of the films that we'll make if we had all these departments functional? Like not one person having to be the line producer, main producer, and all of this. If we had all these departments functional here, will it improve the quality
of? It
of?
will go a long way. You would see the difference. There is so much you don't understand. The difference is massive. You don't even want to know. One of the reasons why we appreciate film, abroad film now, or international film, is because of this department. Everybody is specialized. We have skills. People are specialized in certain areas, and that's what they've been doing for years. They went to either they acquired formal education or informal education. Some of them learn particularly specialized.
Somebody just went to school to go and study how to be a line producer.
Yes, and that is what they so you see them. They don't need you to tell them what to do. In the production setting, they already know where their end-to-end job is. So and they are doing that. You, the producer, have a headache for something. So you see that when you model everything like the way we do here, sometimes that's the frustration you see on set.
Does it frustrate you knowing that I should do this? Is not what I want to be doing. I'm supposed to be thinking as the line producer, this, that. So it frustrates you, right?
It's something that gives me nightmare to produce in Nigeria. Because when I was even in London or anywhere in America, if I'm doing like a short film for festival, right? I see how everything is done and it's so smooth. And we take like maybe 10 days, just short film. Take like 10 days to do, but you see how smooth it is. You see how we prepare for a scene. That scene will take you like almost 30 minutes, 1 hour to do for just one scene because they're trying to get everything light. The lighting guys is working. The director is trying to design how the set designer is doing his own thing and everything. And before you know they are done, then they bring in the actors. And you see everything just go in sync. And here we don't rehearse. I can't remember when last actors rehearsed. Come and read.
We are going to
come and read book. Because they can speak English.
It's not just rehearsing is even a big deal because now on set, actors are even paraphrasing scripts so we can get.
Remember, the writer has a different vision. Yeah. So that's why we don't interpret it very well, and this frustrates. That's why I said making the film as if you don't have this department, you will see somebody's in charge of making sure that actors get their lines right. Somebody is in charge of casting properly. Yeah. Knowing that this actor fits this role not because of anything, not because of the face, it's because this person can embody this character and people will resonate, people will see it. Somebody's in charge of, trying to make sure that, the makeup sits right, trying to make sure that these chairs, everything is properly done. And the director now, the artistic director is also there, helping the director to do one or two things because he doesn't need to think of all those things. You understand? So he helps you have this balanced view. So when you are done with a scene, even you will feel it. Yeah. But then you are done with a scene, or that script,
you will know that yes, we have done something here. But then we know the constraints here. Yes. We can't look away from the fact that money is a big deal. Yeah. It's a big challenge here. So do you think we do enough with the meager resources that we have as filmmakers here?
I can cut Nigerian producers and filmmakers some slack. Because it's not easy. Yeah. The constraints we have, the challenges, the unsupportive government that we have,
policies that are frustrating.
Investors come in and they want to make their money. The pressure that I was telling them, they were looking at me like, that they will not even do that film. They will not even come close to that. If you're not, they take it seriously. But when I was telling them, I said, this is actually easy, but we had to do it. That look at our presence in the world now. People do not understand how we make those films. I showed them one of my films that I did. And I even did that film with your sister, Inbred. Yeah. And I was showing them how many days we shot that film, the amount of money we used in shooting that film. They passed out. I was like, but that is how it is in Nigeria. Mine was even better. I even shot with someone that is over there. Sometimes some people are inexperienced and there's no money. Yeah. They have to seek for, they'll be under people's mercy, begging for actors to come, begging for even the crew members. Everything is I beg, here and there. And you get that whole thing and make movie after. And the movie will come out, not as this thing, but you will still show like sometimes.
We tried. If we have more money, we'll do better.
And I wonder why they say, Nollywood is that, is this. We always do native doctor scenes. We only do. I told them, do you know that some scenes that we do is because of budget. We didn't intend to do it.
Thank you.
It's budget. That scene that you see should have been done this way.
Yeah.
But because we don't have enough money, we did. I told some of them, I said,
Where we
I don't watch
improvise
some
is-
films where towards the end you see them watching the story. The money has finished at that point. So at the point you see them watching the story, you're
Yeah.
like, how come this story finished all of a sudden?
It's too quick now.
It's too
It did
fast.
not
Guys, I'm
resolve.
to show this show. It's not there's no resolution.
Yeah.
It's because at the point you get the money has finished.
So we need to
So
wrap.
we had to wrap and cut
Quick.
off that production and just move. So it's a whole lot of constraint. You cannot
Yeah.
even compare. No, so I cut them slack. And that's why even for me and everything, you're an independent producer, you have small amount of money. Nobody wants to invest yet. If anybody even invests, back in the days, one of the reasons why you see some people will compare, I don't like to do old Nollywood and new Nollywood, right?
Yeah.
But I feel everything over back in the 90s, right? Why some of the films are trending till today and they are evergreen,
Yeah.
that you see, and the actors that did back then that still evergreen today is because as at that time we had investors who are the marketers.
They
The
were
money.
pumping money.
They were pumping money.
Yeah.
Then the money was there, but the skills were not there.
Now we have the skills. We don't have
But
the
you don't have
money.
the money. You see how life is. So
Wow.
then they were pumping the money. The skills were not there. But guess what? With that money they were pumping into it, they also have to make their money back. But at the same time, they were pushing it as small as we were. We are not even no YouTube, no social media, but we are just doing the video cassette thing, and everybody was resonating because it's our story, and we are
Yes.
telling it
Yeah,
the way it is.
it is. True.
Everybody could resolve. As in, when you are watching Nigerian film, you can understand why that is that way. You will see some things done very like I said, it's home video, it's
Drama.
basically drama,
Drama.
and that's what we should. So what we are doing now, which is very fun, is that we have the money now, we have the skill now. The money is not there. Then also what we've done, we've left our stories.
Oh.
We're not telling other people's stories. You see why you like Indian films? You see what they're doing?
It is unique to them.
It's unique. That's
True.
how they tell their story. That thing you see them doing, we love it. We ourselves
We
love
enjoy it.
working because that is they own it. They don't
Yeah.
unapologetic about it.
At
The only
all.
thing you are telling them, oh, you would have done it this way. No, they own it like that. And
They will
they're
shall
even-
still dance in their film, whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it, that's
They
their
will
culture.
dance.
You see Chinese film now, the same thing. They own stuff that they
K-drama
do,
too,
but
yeah.
Here is a bit different. We're not trying to do what they are
We are
doing. at all.
westernizing
We
so
are
much.
westernizing some
Yeah.
things. Now, you just imagine, I was, looking at some film the other day, I was like, you woke up, you have makeup on. Who does that? Who is directing this? Who even come up with that concept? You see someone, yeah, you have your hair, everything all glammed.
We
And you're
glam
the
in the
best.
dream.
So people don't embody the character, and everyone wants to look nice and pretty and handsome and this thing. There are characters you will do. You're meant to wear
Look
ugly, pull your hair, do everything that show that your other side that people have never
Never
seen
seen.
on TV.
Yeah.
That is why people praise Viola Davis today because of something, because she did something. As in,
She
will
did.
tell you that
She did.
don't make me look pretty. Make me look
This
the
character does exactly.
That character is not pretty. But no Nigerian actor want to do that. One Nigerian artist want to do that thing. You will see a character that tells you that you're meant to be a mad woman who is literally doesn't care about fashion and everything, and you're telling them fix my shoe, fix my nail, fix my this. You have tattoo on your body.
I also think that the because of the constraints that we have to sometimes we have to make films in a matter of days.
Yes.
So before an actor finish transforming from this ugly look to the glam, because maybe the next script is supposed to be glammed up, and this particular script that you're working on does not have all of those glam.
Yeah.
So you have to transition from that ugly look to now the glam. And we don't have that time to do all of those transitions. So we just
there's not
knock it
about
off.
time now. If you tell me about money, I will say okay, fair enough.
I think the time is also money. Money has to do with because we have more money. We have more time to.
We are not being patient. We are not taking the craft serious.
Okay.
We are not, because I can tell you why. So sometimes you say money. Yes, money is. I know what money does. Like you can shoot it in a few days. Yes, just for you to consider. But money also doesn't.
The mindset is also wrong.
Yes, it's wrong. The character says something else. Make that character. That's what it is. It's just a thing of being creative with your makeup. You will see what makeup has done. And if you are creative enough, you will see how to even merge. shoot such a way that you shoot all the ugly parts
first before you
you transit.
Yeah,
do you get what I
of
mean?
course.
So that's why acting, but you see here, you shoot it just the way it is, because some people don't even know. Directing now is like everybody wants to direct. Directing has technical skill. You need to understand certain things. There are scripts that you start from the last scene set to shoot backwards.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So you have to shoot, because why? You are trying to manage the space, the time, where, and you are filming in a room, you want to shoot all the room scenes, because you know that is what it is. So you have to make sure you make provisions for that and make the props know that this is what we are doing. You want to do the exterior, you have to do the whole exterior part, irrespective, even if it's scene 78 or 1.
Okay, so I understand that. I mean, money is not supposed to be the question. It should be the love for the craft.
Yes.
That is what should drive everyone.
Yes.
But then, let me now get to you again. You take most of your films outside, right? As a producer, I don't think you have ever aired, I stand to be corrected, but I don't think you've ever aired any of your films in cinemas and all of that. You always travel with your films.
Yes.
Why is that? Is it that you don't like us as Nigerian audience, or why do you always take your films outside?
Don't allow me shake the table.
No, shake it. I want to know, because I've always wanted to ask you this question. Once you make a film, the next thing you are either in one festival abroad, why do you not like us Nigerians?
No, I do. I'm my stories are still Nigerian stories, right?
Exactly. So they are Nigerian stories, but they are not aired here.
They are not, yes.
Basically.
Yes.
You always travel with them. Why is that?
But my first 2 films were aired here in
first 2 films. That's like a long time ago.
Long time, yes.
Yeah.
But guess what happened is that I realized that I want to be a different kind of producer.
What kind?
I want to be an independent-minded producer that is not controlled by the pressure around the film and the politics in filmmaking.
Here?
Yes, here in Nigeria. So there's a whole lot. That's why I don't want to shake it. There's a whole lot in filmmaking here. There's a lot of politics. There's a lot of things you want to bend. There's a lot of stuff going on in terms of even distributing your films.
Yeah.
And you're asking yourself, you've done a film. You did a casting that embodied the character. You didn't, irrespective of you're looking for talent that will deliver that character. And someone is coming to you to say, oh no, it has to be a face that my platform takes. It has to be a particular face. If you don't have A, B, C, D actor, forget it. Who does that in filmmaking? I didn't study that in school.
Yeah, okay.
I studied that you do audition, get the right person to lead that character, and put that. Yes, they might come. A company might say, okay, they need 1 person or 2 to be.
That shouldn't influence the entire project.
The whole thing, and that is what happens here.
Yeah.
So what happened? I told myself, you know what? You are an independent producer. You cannot be like every other person, right? This is not even like you are. Yes, you want to make your money back. You want to make you're a businessman, but there's also a passion around this thing.
Yeah.
I cannot live my life like people that depend so much on this film. There are other things, like I'm a consultant, I'm a data scientist.
Yeah.
So there are other means I could also do my. So I can decide to shoot the film and keep it in my hard drive for 1-2 years until I see.
Until you're ready to release it.
So I'm not under that pressure. I have to put this back to back to do. No, so I don't want to do that. So why I usually take them out is that at some point I realized that, they all want you to put a particular face. If you don't have that face, that your film won't be accepted. You have to do this, you have to do that, and someone is giving you some conditions that you think, as a filmmaker, why should I be constrained like that? So I said to myself, no, you are exposed enough.
Up and go.
I move. Yes. So what I do is that, see my films.
Yeah.
Go to Tubi, go to Apple in America. That's where you see my films. Tubi TV, in Apple TV, in Black on Purpose TV in Atlanta. You see, so this. But then,
do they still meet the target? Because I know your stories are for Nigeria.
Yes.
Do they still meet the target
because
audience?
They have particular audience. That's why they want my film.
Okay.
They know that Caribbeans. Caribbean, Bahamas, they love Nigerian film. Most of them are Nigerians. They just slave trade that moved them. So even when I did one private screening in Bahamas, right? They were amazed. They want something like that. They want you to come there and film at the Bahamas. Because some of them can relate. They will even tell you that. So one of the guys met me there that the grandfather is from Ghana, but they moved there. They came. Yeah, so they understand the African. They love Nigerian films, which is why if you go to YouTube today, you see them screaming Nigerian films.
True. They stream.
All those islands that you see, all those Kekebe, all those parts, Bahamas, and all those St. Louis, they love Nigerian films. So
you still meet your target.
So this target tap into some of these American platforms, and they cater for them. We are not popular, we are minority.
Yeah, true.
But let me enjoy my minority space.
As long as it makes you express
Yes,
that
as
part
long
of
as
your...
you express my talent, my skill, and people can resonate with it. There's nothing as exciting as when you make a film and people could say, well done, thank you, you did this. This character is some I can resonate, I can buy into this person. I was this person before. This person, I love the way you do it. Because I like telling that kind of stuff. That's why when I'm done with scripting and I look at it.
Do you script your
I do synopsis only.
Only, okay, so you have writers that...
I have writers, I just give it out for writers. But I can see me influencing the writer somehow. Because sometimes the writer, because they are under pressure to finish up, they will just miss what you wrote. So sometimes some of them can't conceptualize that synopsis. So you have to insist and be telling them, this person is like this, is like that, is like that. Profile this character. This is who this person is. You have to make sure that person, I see it while I'm reading, that this is the kind of person, this person is hot-tempered, this person is angry.
I want to see it play out in the story.
So that when I'm even casting, I'm telling the director, this person is not quiet though. This person, this character, is a madman. So from idea
to the end product, you're following it through to the end.
That's how I do. I follow through. I do not have time to, because I can't write the way, so if you've worked with me, of course, sometimes you see, the dialogue in some of my scripts, sometimes you like, where, at what state of mind is this writer to write this line? Because I want, when the writer is saying that dialogue, the person out there is like, this is deep. It's too deep for me to hold. Because they want to, that's why when I'm watching some American films like this, I see some scenes, I see like, I'm rewinding it again.
Dialogue
because the dialogue is crazy. Yeah. You relate, you could grab that. You're like, yes.
If you're this passionate about your story as a producer, have you rejected some scripts as an actor?
So that's
because you also act.
I also act, yes. So there's some scripts when I look at them, because two things. I don't like this script. I also feel like, you know what? I don't even have time to do it. I reject it. But there's some scripts that when they give me, I love the person. Even if it's 3 scenes or 4 scenes, I love what that person. So
you're not involved, you're not interested in if you're the lead character.
No, and that's why maybe I'm not in the popular too. That's why I'm not in the popular too, because I'm telling you, I will select, and that's why abroad now, like the films I'm doing now, even in Atlanta, right? I enjoy the way my agent gets cast roles for me, because you already profiled me. They didn't typecast me, but it is the way they profiled me there already. I have an accent. They want an African cast who will speak the Niger or whatever thing in there. And when they provide the card, I love doing that, because I feel like I'm representing certain. Do you get what I mean? So when you relate like that to a character, that's what makes you in an actor. Here, I could understand that some actors need to feed. They need money to feed. You understand? It's the hustle.
You are not under that pressure.
I am not, well, that's why I'm not begging. No, I will tell the producer, if you want me, I will come and do it. Yeah, and money is not always the issue for me as an actor too. So just tell me your budget. What can you afford to give me? And be sincere to me. If your budget is zero, don't treat me because I will not come on your set. You will give an actor 1 million naira. You will not give me 50K. For what?
Maybe I think it's the same thing that you just said. Trying to sell the film.
Yes.
Because a lot of actors are quite popular, and if you have to tap into that, their social currency, you pay them whatever they demand.
I don't understand that. You have to pay. That's one thing I like about America. They will give you all this. They know that, okay, you are a low budget actor because of certain condition. You've not grown.
Yeah, okay.
To a certain level. So I will pay you based on your level of experience. So like now I can call a Joker Silver. I can't joke with that. Just pay that dues.
Yes.
I can call Peter Doce. I can't go joke with him. Yeah. He's paying the dues. I know how much I pay. He doesn't even need to tell me. I am calling him in for my film because I must have his budget.
True. And
I must take care of him. The young ones that are coming up, learn. You will go to that stage. Do you understand? But I will treat everybody fairly, which is why what I also do is that I might not give you, even in this our small low budget film that we do, that we don't have the money, I always make sure food is a priority.
At least people like welfare is taken care of.
Okay. You can't complain. Food and water and all this. I don't want it. I always want, even me as a producer, I will be calling for the welfare. Please bring food, bring this. Because I don't want you. I want you to, yes, I might not pay you so well because I don't have the money. But I want you to feel okay. I want you to look forward to working with me again and make sure the set is a convenient set that you are free. You are not treated in a very, there's some sets you go, you just know your class.
Yeah.
Immediately, they will separate you from the shaft. You
The
see
shaft and
somebody
the goat. The sheep and goat.
sheep and goat. I hate it.
Yeah.
You want to start feeling like that. I even tell some crew, if you want to start feeling like that, tell the producer, I don't feel okay. I listen to you, I say, I don't feel okay. There's a way I've been treated. I don't feel the way this is.
Yeah.
If the producer gives you visit that maybe, this is why and this is what happened. Don't look at it like this. This person just want to avoid this actor. That's why I gave him this and just leave it. It's not because please, okay, tell me what do you want. If it's at my reach as a producer, I'll give you. But always tell producer. But if the producer discards you and feels like, what are you talking about? I better go and sit down, or maybe give you some kind of
treatment that are not.
My dear, your mental health
is important.
Very important.
Very important.
At this point in time, I don't think I can continue for the next 2 days because this rate I'm going, I'm not happy.
I can break down.
Yes, I can break down. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
But if you are a producer that maybe you two are constrained, which I understand, have
communicate it.
There's a way you communicate.
Yeah.
You say, I'm sorry. I understand. Yes, it's like this because ABC is, but manage with me. That person will know that you really you have accepted that it's your failure, it's your weakness.
Yeah.
You are compassionate. There's empathy. You've shown that empathy. That empathy is very important. People can die for it. Once you show that empathy, that you're
human.
You're human. That's all. You will see the person, they will say, okay, no worry, let's do it. More shoot. You see them say more shoot. Why they are saying that? Because they understand that you can now relate with them. At least you are seeing them. They're not invisible.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. So let's talk about you as a filmmaker and a data scientist, right? How do you combine your knowledge for data?
Yes.
How do you infuse that in filmmaking?
I'm a unique how do I put this? I'm always different. I don't know why I try to make sure so what happens is that data science for me is a career I studied. Filmmaking is a career I studied later, but started with passion.
Okay, passion first.
Yes.
But then you had to get the knowledge.
Knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But that's why I had to study, I had to understand it. It has technicalities. You have to understand machine language. You have to do data analytics. You have to do business. There's a lot of numbers. I'm playing with different numbers, right? So what I've done is I try to combine and marry these two. So right when I finished from, of course, because first of all, my first degree is in economics. I have a master's in economics, right? And I said to myself, what arm of economics do you want to do? Data science. I moved into data, right? And I said, how do you use data to tell stories?
Stories, yeah.
So what companies call me for is to tell them story about their data. You see how it links? So now I'm a storyteller with data. Then I'll use that to also tell film. So when you see me, companies call me and say, oh, Sonny, you know what? We have this thing happen. We don't know what's happening to our sales. Our revenue is just dropping. Can you look at our data? Tell us what we're supposed to be doing. Do predictive analysis for us. Do that for us. Do that. I tell them stories. I said, okay, let me tell you what is happening. Your ABC product is a flop. I think you guys need to reject and do something. I give them a skill. I say, this is what you do. See how you can revamp this ABC product. If you're not revamping it, then deploy marketing strategy. So I give them stories, start from the beginning to the end. It's like scripting. And they sit down like, oh, wow, this is so fantastic. Okay, so what do you think our next 2 years will be like? So I said, based on these historicals, now your next 2 years will be ABC. You might not be able to achieve this, but this is what you will get if you do this. So because I can tell that kind of story, I can translate that story to you in film, which is why I pick up a synopsis. And as something is going on, so the other time I want to talk about rape and abuse and this thing. Because I'm a storyteller, because I'm a data person, I'm going to do a research. That's data. I'm going to do research to find out how many people in Nigeria. Why are women abused in Nigeria? Why are kids raped? Why are this happening? No, all these things. Why? I want to take statistics and go online and also check how often does that happen?
And that helps the quality of the story. The quality of the story,
so it enhances my... So that's why when the actor is even writing for me, I say, no, God, let me tell you. This girl...
I am a data scientist.
I know what I'm telling you.
I know the data.
I know the data. I'm telling that for every week, there's always 1-2 person that is raped in this country. There's always 1-2 woman that is being abused by her husband or this thing, and these things are happening. And they'll be like, okay, so if you say this, tell it this way so that people can relate. That woman that is being abused, when they'll say, that is me. I was once living like this in this man's house.
True.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But because you've done it, that's why any writer that is writing that doesn't do research, you are not a writer.
True.
You have to research. They give it. The other time I'm writing a story about a prostitute, right? Who retired as a prostitute. So a woman who retired as a prostitute, and she told her story about how she used that prostitution to actually train her child.
Wow.
And that her child is a senator now in Nigeria.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
He's a senator now in Nigeria. But he doesn't want to tell that story himself. She wants to tell the story because but when you listen to that one story, then you realize that there are a lot of women like that. Some survived, some did not.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes prostitution is not because some people don't go for it because they want to do it. It's the condition.
Conditions.
You see where she's coming from. You understand why she went there and why she did what she had to do. But she knew what she was doing was bad. But I had to tell the other, humanize it. Humanize prostitution.
Give it a face.
You have to give a face to it. It's not about, they died, they have HIV, they did this, they did that. No, talk about the good side of that. If that thing is so bad, why is it still alive? It's one of the oldest trade, prostitute. Even in Bible is there. Right? And you ask yourself, all these notable women that were prostitutes in the Bible, how come God forgave them? What happened? Because the heart they used they are not enjoying what they are doing.
True.
Nobody wants
Something
to go
led.
Something led. And when
the thing is, we're not even addressing the root cause.
Yes. And that is why when people are shooting film, you always show the bad side. Understand the root cause. Why? How do you get people out of it? What provisions would you make? So that
more people will not go into that.
You are doing foundation for this foundation. How many people have done foundation about young girls who are going into prostitution? Have you gone to all those, what do you call those places they stay? Those hotels and all those. Have you asked yourself, why is this madam there? And these girls they are recruiting these girls.
And these are data.
Yeah. Then you have to look at it. Why are they doing that? Why are these girls coming there? You see them, they come down to Lagos from the east, from the west, from the north. They come to Lagos because Lagos is the popping place. And you see them go into this house. And there's one chair lady there who gives them out this.
And these are the films we should be making.
That's what
and the only way we can make these films is if we have the facts.
You need to have that fact.
Data, yeah.
You have to have that data. You have to do that research. You go and sit down with them there. Have you seen how Americans do something? There was one guy that did something. I said, if he actually did it, he's an actor. This Nini, when they asked him to, he did perfect picture or something. And he said he went to the park to watch how these Abu women do. Have you seen that perfect picture? Yeah. I said if he did that, he's really an actor. Because you need to go there, understand the character of these people, then come and put it. Because you need to show that character. You want to do a prostitute film, you have to go there, sit with them, and be able to understand why are they doing that? How is their character? How do they feel? That's why I tell some people that when they so there's this film called Domitila. Back in the days, the film was one of the low budget films. But that film, you could tell they just managed to do that. They did that film in 1997 with Anne Jemanze, Sandra Achun's, Kate Henshaw, and Adame. You need to see that film. As low as you think it is and how bad you think that
you could understand,
you could relate to each of the character. You could see what Anne Jemanze did with that character. And it's one of the roles that she did that took her up there. Because I don't know whether they went to study. I'm sure they did because 4 of them that did that, they knew what it was. And the storytelling, that was why I gave kudos to Ozyjeph. It's very old film that when you see it now, you're like, what were they doing? You'll be laughing at the film. But it was a story that can resonate. Which is why when they tried to do the remake of it, they couldn't get it like that. Because it was
something
original.
That was driving the original story.
So you have to really take
there is so much we can talk about when it comes to producing in Nigeria. So much. And if we start talking about it, we'll probably end tomorrow. Right? So, but quickly, wrapping up, I want you to, in a nutshell, what do you think, if there is one thing, right, that you think we should do right now as an industry that can move us from here to the next level, right? Yeah. What should that one thing be? There are so many. There should be many, but
I will tell you one, 2, 3 of what I think.
Yes,
don't worry. I will give you first. So first of all, I want to give kudos to Nigerian filmmakers. We are really doing a good job. Honestly, I have not seen any part of the world that has the kind of limited resources that we have today and be able to do what we have done so far. Even India, they have investors. No company has invested here. Everybody you see here is an individual producers or a group of individuals that contribute money and produce a film. So without government support and all that. So what we should do differently is that I think we have gotten to the point where we are now number 3, Abby, in the world.
We're number 3 now. I thought we were number 2 at some point. The level of
two or
output.
3. All I know is that we are top 3 or something. So what we can do now is to improve our quality of storytelling.
Stories.
But we shouldn't do all these cut and join things. Yes.
Cut and join.
So, yes. Let's take our time. When you put, even if as a producer, like me as a producer, I can do only max of 2 movies in a year or 3. I must not do every this thing. I want to make sure that anyone I'm doing, my post-production takes time. I put all the finishing touches in it and make sure I bring out something okay, at least within the budget I know I can, but take time. That's the major thing, the quality of the storytelling.
Quality.
Then the second one is there should be rules and regulations.
Rules, yeah. Regulate the industry.
Is notorious.
Yeah. Hollywood is notorious.
I'm notorious in such a way that it's this indisciplined nature of us has even transcended to the last person in the industry.
Yeah.
People just walk in, do what they want to do,
and get
because
out.
They have Instagram boss. They are now superstars. You put them as main character.
Yeah.
People that have not done acting before, just because they are popular on Instagram, you don't think that they are actors. You put them in your number 1 film.
Yeah. So we are killing the craft that way.
We are killing it. You can't try it in America. You don't do that. Even Kim Kardashian, that is very popular, they don't give her main character. It's even now they're trying to put her in supporting roles to see how she will do. You don't do that. Give the talented people that chance. Give them that chance. Let them be standard. Let them instill discipline among actors, so that people could even be talking to actors anyhow, or even filmmakers anyhow, as irresponsible and all that. The Instagram, yes, is for, you can do your Instagram thing, no, but that doesn't translate to filmmaking. Filmmaking is a serious business.
It is.
Because some of them didn't go to the school of film, they will understand how serious it is. It's a serious business. When you come like this, even if it's 1 film you're able to produce in a year,
but let it make
dance with
let it be worthwhile.
Let it be like an album. You know how you produce an album? Go with tour with that your album. That's what I do. You see me in festivals. You see me in film this thing. It's 1, 2 films, so but that year I'm touring.
Yeah.
They will invite you here, invite you there. Oh, we want to see this your film. We are screening this your film. We want to do this your film. You go there and do it. Push it out there and make it very global, right? But let there be that discipline. Let there be that rule, that law, that thing that will guide people to there. And the third one is that government should even start looking at supporting, creating infrastructures that will help us.
True.
We don't have film village today. We don't have that. You want to shoot a film, you have to construct a new this thing yourself. That's why we go out to all these developers' new houses and go and shoot film, try to manage a story that should be done in a very open design. You wonder why American films are like that. We are so fascinated with how they go about it. Yes, some of them.
We don't have the structure.
We don't have the structure. Yeah. Even when you use blue screen, and what they call the
green screen
to do that, we don't even have that technology. Do you understand? So some of these things are things that we should really be looking at doing to improve the industry. Yes, we've done our best and people appreciate us in the world. Honestly.
Yeah, we've tried. We've tried really.
But we need to take it further and make sure that we make it a global thing, whereby even people will go. You see all these other platforms, like all these Amazon, they will come here and stay here in Nigeria to know that this is another industry they can tap in.
We can tap in. Right? So everything needs to add up. Yeah. Everything needs to add up, really. So we've really talked a lot. Yes, and there is still more to talk about. But then we can't do all of that today, really. So thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate that you're here and that you kind of opened up. Like, so
this is one of the podcasts that I've actually opened up so well. Like, right. I'm focused on tables and chairs and legs.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. That is what we want to do at the Film Nub Podcast, right? We want to really delve into the matters that affect us as filmmakers. So I am honored that you're here. So thank you so much. All right, people. So this is where we will call it a day today. We have had an amazing time. I practically enjoyed, talking about these things, and I'm sure you did. But before we go, I forgot something. Recommend a film for us. One film. And tell us why you want us to see that film and where we can see it. I'm sure you'll be loving that one now. So recommend one film. One film.
Is it Nigerian or foreign? Let me do our
Nigerian. Anyone. Let me give you the liberty to do that.
So,
Breath of Life.
No,
one. Choose your number one. Your favorite.
They are like time.
Okay, so when because it's you.
I understand who did it. There's one film called Casa de Nova.
Casa de Nova, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a horror film. Nigerian horror, not horror, thriller.
Thriller, yeah.
Very good. Go and see that.
So Breath of Life and Casa de Nova, that's your recommendation? For now. Okay. So do you know where they are at? I know Breath of Life is on Prime at the moment.
Yes, I think Casa de Nova is also on Prime.
On Prime.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's on Prime. That's one of the films that I saw it as
So if a producer is recommending these films, we should go see it, right? All right, people, you heard that. So go see Breath of Life and Casa de Nova. So that is it. This is where we will finally call it a day. I know I've said this before, but this is where we'll finally call it a day. My name is Ozyjeph, and this has been the Film Nub Podcast, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.